I do want to ask that question, is how the lyrics come to you, whether it's something that is premeditated or like, I'm going to write a song about a girl that broke my heart, sit down and write it. Or if you sit down at the piano and melody comes out along with what you're playing. Or I love to hear about process in terms of songwriting, if you want to share.
Okay, so there's a lot here. Obviously, it's the whole album process, and it's the more like narrow or like the actual song stuff. So I could start with the whole process, which was the Bergen time, I started making the record in my apartment here in Oslo, and also on the road while I was touring in 2019. So it was kind of a mixture of like road production ideas and then working here in my apartment. And then at the beginning of 2020, I had like 11 ideas that I was like, I want to pursue all these ideas. They have all excited me at some point with like this very special feeling that I get when I know that a song has like a great idea. And I had, verses and choruses and some lyrics, and some songs had full lyrics, some songs didn't. I brought all of that to Bergen throughout the entire year of 2020. With Matthias Telles, who co-produced the album with me. And it was a very long process, but I think it ended up pretty good. I lived in different cabins, and I lived with my friend for some time, and I stayed in the city of Bergen. So it was like a bunch of different impressions all the time. And I went for beautiful hikes there, and then I would go back to Oslo, and then I'd just be here kind of like trying to recharge before I went back. And it kind of went on like that for the entirety of the year and the pandemic. That was where the first year of the pandemic, at least. Hopefully the last full year. We'll see. Probably not. Anyways, and then the actual songs, they are not that premeditated. I never sit down and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to write a song about this. Because I think that do you write songs?
I do.
Yeah, okay, because that has never worked out for me.
Me neither. Yeah, that's why I'm always asking that.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people who want to write songs sit down with that approach, and then they're like, "What should I write about?" Because and then they never get further and then they text me, someone like a 15-year-old girl, and then they're like, "How do I write songs? Like, I don't know what to write about." And then I'm like, "Girl, just like it really is just about like getting a sentence down, and it could be anything. It could be fully rubbish, and then it could be something completely else. Like I'm running low on serotonin. It was just, which is the first, like the chorus
single.
Serotonin was just like a random thing that came to my head, and I never had imagined that it would turn into what it is right now. So it really is just about like allowing yourself to write the most silly stuff, and then being like, okay, but what is it here that is interesting, or is there anything at all? And if it's not, what can the next line be to make that first line make sense when it did make sense? And how can you kind of just like try to tell a story? Because now, at least, I counted, I think the other day, I have 22 songs on my Spotify, and that's 22 songs with different narratives and different stories. And I'm kind of like, oh my God, where is this coming from, and where can I get more of it? Because now I'm like, I've made an album, I have like 2 EPs, I need to make more music to continue this career. And now I'm kind of like, I need to figure out again how to write songs, because it's been a while. So
22 songs, one for every year you've been on the planet.
I like that way of looking at it. That means I can buy myself a whole new year to get a new song. Hello, I'm Girl in Red, and you are listening to LaunchLeft. This is my song, Serotonin. I hope you like it.
I'm running low on serotonin. Chemical imbalance got me twisting things. Stabilized with medicine. There's no depth to these feelings. Dig deep, can't hide from the corners of my mind. I'm terrified of what's inside. I get intrusive thoughts, like cutting my hands off, like jumping in front of a bus, like how do I make the stop when it feels like my therapist hates me? Please don't let me go crazy. Put me in a field with daisies, might not work, but I'll take a maybe. Been breaking daily, but only me can save me. So I'm capitulating, crying like a fucking baby. I don't wanna be sabada, I don't wanna be cicada, I don't wanna be I'm running low on serotonin. Chemical imbalance got me twisting things. Stabilize with medicine. There's no depth to these feelings. Dig deep, can't hide from the corners of my mind. I'm terrified of what's inside. I get intrusive thoughts, like burning my hair off, like hurting somebody I love. Like, does it ever really stop? When there's control, I lose it. Incredibly impulsive, so scared I'm gonna end up doing something stupid, but I try to contain it. Oh, it gets so draining. It's like my heart is failing. Every night I'm contemplating. My inner voice is saying tough, so I try to brush it off. Yeah, I try to brush it off. I'm running low on serotonin. Chemical imbalance got me twisting things. Stabilize with medicine. There's no depth to these feelings. Dig deep, can't hide from the corners of my mind. I'm terrified of what's inside.
Kan man känna i hjärtat hvis man får blodpropp? Men problemet som gjør at hjertet mitt slutter å slå, sånn at det, som at jeg følte at jeg ble et sånn tom rar i kroppen.
Hey, if you like that video, you can see the whole thing at our Patreon page. That's right, just hit the link that you're seeing on the screen right now, and it'll take you there. And you can become a patron today and help us keep launching new artists and bringing left-of-center art and activism to a wider audience. And can't wait to see you soon.